Welcome! So if you're here, you want to learn how to create a backlink from Wikipedia. We all know that Wikipedia is an extremely trustworthy source and that links pointing from there to your site, even though they're no-follow, they still carry a lot of weight in terms of relevancy and trust. Wikipedia links are also a great way to diversify your link portfolio in relation to your competitors, so it's definitely a link you want to get your hands on. So it's a powerful link in terms of relevancy and trust. It helps you diversify your backlink portfolio, and overall, it's a fantastic link to have up your sleeve. Do keep in mind that one link alone will not rank you on Google. It's not just because you're building this Wikipedia link that you'll magically rank number one. That's not how it works. But if you're watching this video, you most likely already know that. That said, let's hop into my computer and I'll show you step by step exactly how to create a link from Wikipedia. Alright, so the first step is to go to wikipedia.org and create an account. This is pretty straightforward. You just have to go to this URL, click the English one. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in, and that's the first step done. Now what we do is we find a page where we want to put our link on. Let's say in this case that I do SEO and I want to promote my website. In case you don't know, Vetted is my website. It is a platform where you can outsource any of your SEO needs. So maybe I just write here Ahrefs, which is the #1 tool for anything SEO related. It looks like they do not have a page, so we just go with SEMrush. So SEMrush is yet another tool in the SEO space, search engine optimization space. And what you do simply is go to Edit. If this appears, don't worry, this is just because I have my VPN on. I'm just going to turn it off really quickly and refresh the page. Alright, so it's off, just refreshing the page. As you can see, the message no longer appears. You then click on the pencil and make sure the visual editing is on. You don't want to mess around with the source editing because it's a bit more tricky. Now what you do is, for example, go down here and let's do, for instance, SEMrush marketplace recommendation. Of course, I'm going to write this here and there's no sources backing it up, right? That's the main nuance about adding links to Wikipedia, because most likely this will get removed. And I'll explain to you in a second what you need to do to make sure these aren't removed. But firstly, let me just guide you exactly on how you add your link to the page. You're gonna make sure this is a H1, a heading, okay. Then right here below, I'm gonna do, for example, in case you ever thought sorry, Command K, external site, and then just do HTTPS. Add your domain, basically, add your link right here. Right, and that's basically it. I mean, it's super straightforward, right? The thing is that most likely a Wikipedia editor will remove this, right? So you actually need to either link out to trustworthy sources or have sources to back up what you're writing, right? And of course, what you're writing needs to make sense in accordance to what's written on the page. For instance, I would not write something here about motorcycles, right? I would write something about SEO. Then SEMrush didn't recommend Vetted ever. But one day if they do, maybe there's an article written about it, then it would make sense to include something similar to this, right? But this is just an example to show you exactly how to actually include the link in the page. Now, of course, you need to make sure that the link that you're adding adds to the page, adds to the content that's here. It's not fake news, fake information. It is actually of value to the reader. Because again, anyone can edit a Wikipedia page. As you saw, it took me 2 minutes. So anyone can do it, and because anyone can do it, the moderation team is very strict on what they allow and they don't allow on each page. Now, something you can do is, instead of going for these big pages that get a ton of traffic, SEMrush is a huge company. It has a revenue of over 100 million per year. What you can do is go to smaller niche down pages. For instance, one example could be, I don't know, Apple. Let me just leave the site right here. And you find, for example, a sub-niche page about, I don't know, what's this? A part of a plant, right? These more niche down pages that don't really get much traffic and don't really have that many editors looking into the edits might be a good place to start with. Now, of course, all the same rules apply, right? You need to make sure that the content you're adding is valuable to the page. Because if it is, I mean, there's no reason why they would remove it. Now, instead of you doing all this work and trying to find the right page or trying to find exactly what to write or how to write, because you need to know also how to write it, right? Because the way that the content is written here is not like a 5-year-old wrote it, right? It has structure, right? It's professional written. So not only do you need to know what to write to link out your site, but also need to know how to write it. Otherwise, there's no point of wasting time with this because your links are going to get removed. So to recap, and before I show you a solution where you can pay someone to do this for you, let me just go over exactly what you need to do. So you want to link from Wikipedia to your site. Make sure to start with these lower traffic pages, right? Because the mod team won't check it that much. Now, of course, you cannot rely on the mod team not checking it, because they will check it eventually, right? So don't rely solely on that. After that, you need to write it, take a look at how the page is written, right? Take a look at the edit you'll make, right? Take a look at what you write and how you write it, right? It needs to make sense in the whole scheme of things. Then make sure that your link actually adds something to the page. Maybe there's some information missing right here, right? Maybe on this page, there's some reference missing. There's something that you think the users that are reading this page could benefit from. And if your edit is in that regard, there is no reason why the link should be removed. Now, because of all that I just said, that's the hard part of getting a link from Wikipedia, because you need to look at all of those steps, right? Finding the right page, finding what to write, how to include it here, and finding a reference that makes actual sense. So it is not easy, right? But you can do it, of course. And I think so far with this video, I think you have the knowledge to do it, and at least to try and do it yourself, right? And see if it works. Now, if you don't want to do it yourself, and if you just want to pay someone to do it, I recommend Ron. Ron works on Vetted, and full transparency, Vetted is a marketplace I own. And what he does basically, for $100, he'll give you a link from Wikipedia. He has here a couple of samples. So he basically looks for the page. He basically looks at your site and tries to find a page that best fits your site. Of course, not all sites will work, and he'll tell you that, right? But he looks at your niche, looks at your site, looks at the anchor text you want to use, and finds a page that can work for you. Now, you might be asking, do these links stick? Do these links last forever? The answer is yes. Ron has edited this page right here. If you look at the footer on the external links section, links to this website, which is or was a client site. Not really sure what happened to the site, but as you can see, the link is still here, right? And if you can see right here on the View History tab, you can see when the page was last edited, which was on the 27th of last year, right? So over a year ago, the link is still up, even though, of course, they're saying it's an irrelevant link to the article topic because it links to a 404 not found page. Of course, they would say this, right? So yeah, basically the links stick. And I'm not trying to push you on this. I mean, you can try and do it yourself, but if you want to hire someone to do it for you, Ron is the go-to guy. I'll leave a link for his service in the description. I'll also leave a pinned comment with the link to his service. He also has a ton of reviews right here from people that actually bought from him and loved his work, right? But before I go, I want to go over super quickly over this case study, which Ron did on the Wikipedia Backlink case study, right? On the link, he created for someone, right? So he goes over what it is, right? And he created a link for this veterinarian-based website, right? He goes to the page right here, and as you can see, he shows you on the external links section, the Vetted Care website, right? Vet Care website, sorry. He links to the website, he shows the website right here. So he goes over the before results. They're ranking currently on page number 5. Then he goes goes to the after results. He shows the date, of course. And they're ranking on page 1 on the, if I'm not mistaken, the 8th position. Of course, it's not just one link that'll make the difference, but sometimes it can happen, right? But off-page SEO is not just about building one link, right? But it does, to some extent, show the power of Wikipedia backlinks. And that's basically it. That's what I wanted to show you. Again, if you're interested in this service, make sure to take a look at the description. Ron is a great guy. He has a bunch of satisfied customers. I mean, you can just take a look at the reviews. This is exactly what I dream of, and so easy to get a Wikipedia link when Ron helped me. 10 stars and 2 thumbs up for this splendid service, right? So it does work. Again, you can try it yourself, of course, just like how I explained to you. It does work, but you need to have some nuances into account because it doesn't always work, and you might risk getting your edit undone, or even worse, getting your account banned. So that's what I want to talk about today. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very, very soon.